Hi there and welcome to the channel. If it's the first time you visited it, then great to have you here. If you've visited it before, then it's great to have you back. If you would like to like the video and subscribe to the channel, it would be much appreciated. So here it is, it's the lap guide for a time that's currently 6th fastest in the Americas. I've got a slightly faster time on my European account, but this is the time, this is the lap I'm going to use to give you a quick lap guide if you're struggling to get into the 143s. If you're like me, wanted to get that little bit faster, to get a little bit further up the grid, start a little bit further forward in group in race C, then this is hopefully going to help you out. So here we have it. This is in the Audi TT. A lot of people were using the Viper, but I opted for the Audi TT for the lap guide and just to set a quick lap. I think the Viper's probably better in the race. So here we go. So it's important to get a good run over the start-finish line. Get up to 5th, changing gear at 139 miles an hour, and as we approach the brake markers, you'll see on the brakes just after the brake markers. In fact, if we take that back just a little bit, you'll see exactly where we touch the brakes. Just coming round the corner, riding the curbs, and just after the brake markers, there. So we're on the brakes here, just after the markers at the red section, approaching the curb. Riding onto the curb, it's important to create that wide line into the left-hander, because this left-hander is quite tricky, and I think a lot of the time can be made up here, believe it or not. A lot of people think it's the chicane of death that is the make or break, but this part is really, really important. It's the first of 3 really important sections in my opinion. So here we go, wide round, and then if you can ride into that curb, just get the left tyres off onto the red stuff. Now it can unsettle the car, but it doesn't unsettle as much as you think it's going to unsettle it. So let it come through. Again, not fully on the accelerator, accelerating out now, and we're going to go full throttle down to the right hander, up to 5th, full throttle through there, do not let off, brake hard here, down into 3rd gear, round that corner, accelerating out. So actually we'll take you back a little bit. So we've got this section here, as I said, full throttle, 4th gear, up to 5th, still full throttle, just after the brake markers here. So here's where we're going to brake. So on the green patch, before we get to the sandy area, we're going full on the brakes. Well, we will be going full on the brakes. See, we're now full on the brakes, we're trail braking into this section. Still braking, trail braking round the corner, 2 wheels on the black and white curb, and then accelerating out onto the curb and through we go to the S section. Now again, full throttle up here. Now this is an absolutely crucial section here. We take this back just a touch because I think it's important to cover this section here, because we're full on the throttle. Full on the throttle, 5th gear. Now a lot of people will drop down into 4th gear here. However, do not stay in 5th gear. Now if we move it along, what we'll see is a touch of the brakes, just a touch of the brakes to shift the weight of that car. Shift it, still on the brakes, but not fully on the brakes. We're just touching the brakes, as you can see from the bottom of the screen. Now we're off the brakes, and we're just slowly on the accelerator, and for accelerating out, full throttle now, and we can ride the S-bends, get full throttle right out of that, riding the curbs, keeping it tight to the curb here as we approach the tight right hander. Now again, here, we're just after the markers, we're now going to go full on the brakes, and we can actually see we go onto the curb fully, 4 wheels on this curb, creating again the wide exit, and we start to turn in just before we get to the turn in cone, actually before that section. So as we can see, we're fully on the brakes, we're down to 2nd gear to give us that rotation, and accelerating out on 2nd gear up to 3rd as we approach the dreaded chicane of death. So here we go, 4th gear, switching up to 5th here. Again, full throttle is crucial here. See how we turn in? It is absolutely crucial. Take us back because I want to have a better look at that section here. As we said, we're down to 2nd here, we're rotating through up to 3rd and accelerating fully now. I switch up to 5th here just before this curve because it unsettles the car a little bit if you don't. As we say, so now here we are. Watch where we start to turn in here. We turn in a lot earlier than you might expect. You can see the black section at the end of this black and white curb, but there we're turning in just on there. So as you can see, we've turned in, we're starting to head over towards the left hand, and it's crucial to keep this tight to the left hand side. We're still full throttle, as you can see. If you let off through the chicane of death, you're going to give up about half a second at least. But look how close we get to the edge of this, and that is crucial. We're going to almost take the wing mirror off. There. That is still full throttle, but then we need to quickly, because the car will flick to the left there. So what we need to do is we need to quickly flick this to the right, and we need to keep it pulled. Watch the steering. The steering, as you can see from the red dot, the steering is already moving fully over to the right hand side, because as soon as this car comes off those curbs and we get all 4 wheels on that tarmac, then that car is going to want to bite and it's going to pull itself away from the wall, which is absolutely crucial, and that allows us to maintain our speed. We've not dropped below 129 miles an hour, so there we are, fully on it, going closer, but we don't touch the wall, which is crucial. As you can see, we're still going up in the speed. The speed has not decreased, it's still increasing, so we'll take that back, we'll watch that in real time. 3rd gear, 4th gear, flick it up to 5th just as we got on that curb. Nice smooth there, turning in over to the wall, flick it round there, keep it away from the wall, keep that speed up, absolutely nailing it there. And now we're going to go fully up to 6th gear, and again this corner is really difficult, so we brake just after that on the 100 metres, just before the 100 metres, and then we start to pull it round. Now you have to pull this round to the right quite quickly because we're braking and we're moving quickly down there. We'll take this back, we've come through the chicane of death, and we'll see how the gear changing works. We're going from 6th down to 3rd, down to 2nd as soon as we hit this brake marker. 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, keep it coming down to 2nd, getting tight onto that curb, and then accelerating back up to 3rd, and out we come all the way through there, keeping it tight to that curb, and over the line we go for a 1:43.728, and I guarantee you most of the time you'll be starting in pole position with that lap. So yep, if you enjoyed the video, if you want more sort of stuff like this, then I'd be happy to do so. As I said, give us a like, give us a subscribe, go on, you know you want to. See you in the next video.